here right now. You are the place, my only home. Yeah, just like the flowers that bloom and fall repeat over and over again. Well, I'm barely breathing and feeling to the ground, but each and every time we all stand up, stop like to yourself and me, true to yourself, and that might be we both can exceed destiny. So let's shout it out. You might feel alone, but I'm right by your side. Yeah, just like the flowers that bloom and fall repeat over and over again. Keep the flame alive. I want to see you here right now. You are the place, my only home. I know, I know, I know. Yeah, we can one day. We spread like flowers in the sky. No matter where I'm by your side. I know, I know, I know. You and I, let's fly the soul that we're together. Can't feel my heartbeat, so take my hand to do tomorrow. The crowd that can let it be, you give me strength and give me faith. To take the darkness, let's fly here on the love. Sparks just like Hibana. Come, light up like Hibana.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Hi, Hoodle! Here I go! I'm only getting sweet now! This one's mine!
Rising
Get your
rocket!
butt away!
Eternal devastation!
I'm not so good with airborne targets! How's this?
You're mine!
Blind freeze! Just sit still!
Shield, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Here I come!
Far enough!
It's over!
Where are you going?
Megasonic Pit-Tom!
Rage Cascade!
Elusive deep time! Rotating pile driver!
Don't get complacent.
Did anybody see that?
I don't sense any more enemies. Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sandy.
Hoodle, don't get blown away, okay?
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed, Mahag Sar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Oh?
Yes! Very nice.
Is that so? You don't say.
How?
I see.
Hey! Sure.
Nice work.
Oh?
Very nice.
Well?
Yes! What?
What?
I don't believe this.
All right?
No.
Sure.
Really now.
Yes! What?
What?
Very nice. Yes!
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?
You're mine!
Can't get out of this!
Megasonic thrust! You're finished! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
These ones can run rings
One
around
come
us!
on! No escape! Tear!
Lunar corruption!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Take this!
Yeah, and the pummeling to me!
Crush!
In here!
Megasonic thrust!
This'll come in handy.
Here I come! Hurricane thrust! Rising Falcon! Shut up!
Can you
take it?
Take this! Rising Wyvern!
Ready and quick! Now you see what I can do!
All yours, Kisara!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Somehow, things are even worse outside the city than they are inside.
Yeah, it's all ruined. Houses and everything else.
Even if it was all in the name of beating the Renans. This is...
Maybe something's going on in the forest. Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Why didn't the Renans take advantage of all of these ruins around here? It seems like a missed opportunity.
Most likely because it would be inefficient for harvesting astral energy. That's what dictates the current positions of each realm's capital.
Plus, Renans are averse to using anything that belonged to the Danans. Little help!
Here I come!
Piercing
Rising
I
Wyvern!
never miss! Raging
Eat
storm!
dirt! Far enough! Damn it!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Do it! Get toasty!
Bird strike! My turn! Rising!
Lunar corruption!
Damn it! Too back!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Raging storm!
Take this! Not so fast!
Dance in the wind!
Here I come! Rising Wyvern!
Great! I'll thank you!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Let's talk in more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
I'm ready! Shion!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Like we're gonna lose to small fry.
They're surrounding us!
You're mine! This
One
time!
more!
Here!
Thunderblade!
Soaring bird! Air pressure! Take this!
Airborne beast! My
Rising Wyvern!
Here's the evil!
I'm ready!
Doreen!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Now! Take this!
So speed up!
Hurricane thrust!
Lightning condensed!
You're finished!
I can handle it! Thunderblade! Mega Ray! I'm all
You're mine! Rising Wyvern!
This one's mine! Dance in the
Rising
wind!
Falcon!
Here it goes! Let's get you all tucked away!
I'm ready!
Jolene! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
That was way stronger than regular firepower.
You won't hear me complaining.
Hi, Hoodle! Glacial Spear!
Rising Wyvern! Hurricane thrust!
Supernova!
It can hide itself? Amazing!
Rising Wyvern!
Let's show them just what this team can do!
Your helping me has become a habit.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
Rising Wyvern!
Don't mind if I
On
do!
your knees.
There! I never miss!
Here I come!
Lightning condensed!
Easter! Air pressure!
Thunderblade! Denied! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
I'm not done!
Armor won't save you!
I'll thank you.
Shut up! You're mine! Rising Falcon!
Rotating pile driver.
You're mine! Rising Lucifer! Sword Rain Alpha!
Elusive deity. Rotating pile
Here I
driver.
come!
Dance in the wind!
You're finished!
Feel! Searing flame!
Rising Falcon!
Searing flame!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Hurricane Dawn! Rising Wyvern! You're mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Shattering pieces! Attack time! I can carve through armor! Far enough!
Ah! Pierce!
Don't mind if I do. Searing flame! These enemies are to me.
Luna Rongo!
Milk the place here!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Dance in the wind! Astral energy!
Say no more.
They really made us work for that one.
I'm getting pretty hungry.
Want to sit down and fix something?
Yep, the sooner the better.
Am I imagining things? Or are there a lot of big Zoogles in this area?
No, I noticed that too. There's plenty of food and water to go around here. For a Zoogle, this just might be paradise.
Great, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
I hate camping out.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Maybe it's time I try on something new.
Is there a reason you're looking at me so intently?
Shion's kind of turned into the local fashion critic in our group.
So this is what lords like you wear. Certainly looks the part. I can tell at a glance what high quality everything is.
It's not often Shion's that impressed. You wear a lot of rings too, don't you?
They were a gift, purchased rather cheaply, or so I was told.
What's your definition of cheap, exactly?
I believe it was around 100 to 200,000 gold.
What? If my wolf head cost 10 gold, then that'd mean... Holy crap! They cost 1,000 times more?!
10,000 times more.
If he sold those things off, I bet he could build a damn mansion with them.
At the very least, he'd never go hungry the rest of his life.
You're all beginning to sound alarmingly interested in my rings.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow! Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
What's up, Kisara? You look concerned.
Oh, no, it's just... I'm looking at our finances and they seem to have taken a nosedive. I don't remember us making any big purchases, though.
Ah, that may be because I borrowed a small amount to purchase something the other day.
I don't think you can call spending more than half of our money a small amount.
Half? Dohalim, what the hell did you buy?
As it so happens, I came upon a rather special object that I've long been searching for.
Are you talking about that junk? That unique-looking trinket you're holding?
Whoa, is that a...
Indeed. It is a lost artifact from ancient Danan times. Most likely, it was used for some sort of rite or ritual. Ever since we Renans conquered Dana, such objects have been disappearing. I simply want to do my part to help preserve both our people's storied histories.
Well, if it's to preserve Danan history, then I guess we can maybe look the other way. Just this once?
I don't know. Why spend money on something that won't even keep us fed?
More to the point, we all contribute to that money. I don't like the thought of anyone dipping into it without saying anything.
You must understand. Had I let that opportunity pass me by, I'd never have come across this item again.
Dohalim, maybe no one taught you that money doesn't grow on trees.
I may have been a lord, but I realize that much.
It's not enough to simply realize it. You have to internalize the concept too. Even after all this time, you still have no real sense of money. Our funds aren't your personal wallet. We camp outside and eat grass for dinner to try and stretch every last gold we have. You never know when we may need it.
I don't think we're so poor that we have to eat grass or anything.
Shut up, Alphen.
Shutting.
Let's just agree to not spend too much or be too thrifty for our own good.
Alphen, your blazing sword draws its power from Shion's Fire Master core, right?
So I'm told.
Then why don't you use yours, Dohalim?
You mean my Earth Master Core, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you still carry it around with you, don't you?
I do. Each Master Core contains the astral energy harvested from Danan's slaves over the course of the last 3 centuries. Though only a select few qualified people, namely the Lords, can wield them, they nevertheless hold too much power to simply abandon.
If only the Lords are supposed to be able to use them, how come Alphen and Shion can use theirs?
That may be because Shion has embedded the Fire Master Core within her body, something which wouldn't have occurred under normal circumstances.
Okay, but why do you still carry yours around?
Just as Danans see Master Cores as symbols of the lives and resources robbed from them, so too do I view mine as a symbol of our lasting sins. The pain and agony wrought upon this world by my predecessors, as well as the injustice enabled by my own inaction, are all housed within my Master Core. It is a testament of all that I have done wrong. It cannot ever be used again, nor fall back into the wrong hands.
Dohalim.
You didn't differentiate between the deaths of Danans and the deaths of Renans.
Danans and Renans both spill blood and languish in agony all the same. I just couldn't bear to hear it any longer. That's all.
Little late for that. Good food is the best kind of magic.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society, I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Rise and shine. We're almost ready to leave.